So I'm out here because I've shot this video about 3 times in my studio and I just couldn't get the lighting right and I was just getting really frustrated. And I thought, you know what? It's getting really nice outside in Arizona right now and it's gonna get really hot really soon. So why not just come outside, bring cash and just set up the hammock and just do this review here. Hopefully it'll reach. I think it'll reach. Only one way to find out. Hopefully that leaf blower isn't too loud. Oh no, this will be good. There we go. So I wanted to talk about this guy right here. This is the 5D Mark I, and this thing is 16 years old. It has 12 megapixels, only has 9 autofocusing points, and the image isn't really usable outside of like 640. Kind of want to just go over some things that it does really well with, and some things that it doesn't do well at all. But that doesn't discredit how good this camera really is. All right, so I think the evil leaf blower guy has finally gone away. Leave me in peace. So today, we're going to talk about the 5D Mark I and why I think it's a really good camera for beginners and why it's also a really good camera for professional photographers. You can get this camera for 200, 250 bucks for the body, and you can find EF glass pretty much anywhere. My main go-to for a really easy budget setup is obviously the 5D Mark I, the Yongno 35mm f2. I got this for like 60 bucks and it's pretty much what I shot my whole Alaska trip on. And this combo is under 300 bucks and it takes phenomenal pictures. Super film-like. The grain is really fine if you don't go above like 640 or 800. After that, it can kind of fall apart. So some reasons why I think it's a really good camera for beginners is it's still rugged, it's still weather resistant, so it's a pro body. So you have a bigger battery, it lasts longer. You can get rained on. In Alaska, I got rained on every day. And the only problem I had was the OVF and the LCD screen actually fogged up during a really cold trip out to the glaciers. But other than that, not a big deal. I could still see my settings and where my metering is. So that's pretty much all you really need, especially as a beginner. You don't need all these crazy fancy eye autofocusing and 15 frames per second and all these tech. Like this will just teach you how cameras work and just teach you the rules of photography. Bad things to say about it is the screen on the back sucks. You can't really monitor your image. You can see your exposure, but it's not a good screen to really rely on. And that's why I think it's a really good camera to learn, because you're not using all this technology. It's fun to suffer sometimes and just suck it up. Like, oh, you know what? I can't see my exact image. Well, too bad, you know? It's not a big deal. You're learning at the beginning, you know? So while that 5D Classic is a really good camera for professional photographers, is the same reason why it's really good for beginners. It makes you slow down. It's really cheap. It's a good backup camera. And as a working professional, it's always fun to just slow down and try something different. You know, we can get burnt out using the same gear all the time, making the same things. And that's why this thing is just so much fun. It's really hard to shoot with. And that's a main reason why I picked it up. Just to test myself and really just sharpen my skills as a photographer. Because if I can take really good photos on a 16-year-old camera, I can take just as good, if not even better, photos with these new cameras coming out. So that's pretty much it. There's not a lot to this camera, but that's exactly why I love it. It makes me slow down. It's fun to shoot with. It's hard. So yeah, I'm gonna do the same thing with my X100F review and throw up a bunch of photos I've taken with this over the last, I don't know, 3.5, 4 years I've had it, over some chill beats. So just sit back and enjoy. See you later.